I recently finished the install of the Mustang S550 rear assembly in the back of my 68 F100. I got a new drive shaft in there, I got new suspension, got the brake lines hooked up, everything's ready to go, but what I didn't do was hook up the parking brake cables. The parking brake cables from the S550 Mustang assembly don't easily mate with the components on my F100, but I think I have a solution. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So the two issues that we're having is the mounting location of this front hole is larger than this plastic piece in here. So when you slide this through here, it'll stop there, but it won't capture it and hold it in place. So that's not, I mean, it's good that it goes this far, but we need to hold it so that when you release the cable, it doesn't go backwards. So that's the first problem that we have. And the other part is with the natural location of the equalizer system, it's actually got to sit closer to here, and on the stock setup it's more in this area. So we need to have a longer bar that goes from here over to this little equalizer to grab these, because the stock cables, I think the end of the cable is sitting in this area. So we've got to solve those two problems. So let me get this cable installed. We'll hook it up to the back of the caliper and we'll get these lines routed, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do in this area. So now I've got both of the lines installed on both sides, and I probably should figure out a way to mount some of these tabs down on the frame or something, but I'm actually going to take the bed off down the road and do some changes and stuff, so it'll be easier to figure out where I want to mount those clips when I get there. But for the meantime, they don't need to be mounted to get this part solved, but they should be mounted down the road. So if we thread these through here, and yes, I have the passenger side cable on the driver side hole. That doesn't matter for this installation. That's not going to hurt anything. Okay, so here we are. We've got both of them in place. And this is actually a good place to secure these. Again, but we're running into that problem where they're not staying in there because the hole in this frame, the subframe piece, or this crossmember piece for the bed, isn't the right size. But if we had something that was the right size, we could attach it right here and then go up to the equalizer bar. And what I'm going to use is this little piece of stainless steel with the right size holes to hold on to those pieces. There's little snap pieces on the end here, and then we've got a hole in the middle that I'm going to use a bolt. We're going to drill a hole in here and it'll secure it to that, and these will clip into these holes. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I got to peel off the plastic layer that's on here for when it got cut. There, nice and clean, that looks new. Cool. We're gonna just pull these back out real quick. So if we take this and we put it through here, this will clip into place. And now that holds this cable just like we want, and then we'll attach it to this crossmember piece with that bolt, and it'll hold everything in place because this hole is just a little too big for those little clip pieces on there, but it'll clip into this, and then we can secure this to the crossmember. Everything's held in place. That solves that problem. Before we clip those lines in there, let's mark where we're going to drill that hole. And I'm just going to use these existing holes to just align where we're going to sit. And you can almost push this flush up against the edge there. You should be pretty close, but we're just below that, just a little bit. So I think that looks good right there. So we mark that. And you can see what we're going to drill. We're going to drill a 1/4 inch hole right there. And you may find it easier to do it from this side because this crossmember piece is in the way. So we're going to do the same thing over here. Line these up and drill that hole. And then we'll just double check here, make sure everything lines up good. And if you have any concern, you could make the hole like 5/16. Give yourself a little bit of play if you needed it. There we go. All right, I think that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and put the cables in. Here, so we come through here. Actually, we're going to put the bracket on this side. Clip there. And because the heads of these are just a little bit bigger than the hole, You just kind of bend the wire, you get to go in from the side. There we go. Okay, just like that. We'll put our bolt in. All right, I think we can tighten this down now. Just using a 7/16 socket back here and a 3/8 socket on the front. Now those are secure. Here's a closer look of everything. Everything's nice and tight and in place. That looks good. I like it. And here's the front. Everything looks good. So the next issue is the release bar. So if we put this in place, pin in there. Now if we were to just loosely just put this in here right now, you can see the problem that we have where even if this was all the way this far, this isn't going to reach. Even if we adjusted this to the end, it's just not long enough to reach these guys, and these are kind of stuck in that spot. We can't make them any longer. And making this whole mount system move forward isn't really practical for what we're doing. But what if we had a longer bar? So again, if you just loosely put this in here for right now, we can see that the adjustable range will take us all the way down to these pieces, and that solves that problem. So let's get this installed. All right, we'll go ahead and fish this guy through here, and then we'll fish the other one through like that. And then these little heads can sit inside this trough of this the system, so that can sit there like that. And we're going to want to take this jam nut and other nut off of the end of this rod here. And then we're going to just feed it up through here, just kind of wiggle it around till it slides through. And then we'll push it through to this bracket in the back here. Then you're going to want to thread these nuts back on the end. Now, I had zip tied this cable out of the way. I didn't know how long it'd be before I got this solved, so I wanted to be able to drive but not have this cable get locked down and get spun up in the drive shaft or anything like that. So we're going to feed this cable up through here, and it just sits in this little trough piece. So that means this has to move back more, which means we have to tighten this up, which we can do all that, and then we need to put that spring in here. And I don't recall exactly which hole that this was plugged into, but we put it in here. That there. Now that will keep that tension that way, which is what we want when the parking brake is released and the parking brake's not engaged. Cool, let me just tighten this up. All right. Now you can come back and tighten this up and adjust it how you need to later on. We are installed and everything looks happy. Awesome. All right, everything looks good. Everything is in place and secure. I like it. I think this is a good solution for this parking brake. Oh, and don't forget to install that cotter pin back in here. All right, guys, you're probably wondering where you can get this kit. I've got it on my website, KruseBuilt.com, and I designed it for my application because I have the short bed truck. I can utilize these parts. If you have the long bed truck, you may be able to use the extension pieces that come with the long bed, those extension cables. You won't want to check that out. But if you've got the S550 rear end and you want to use the S550 parking brake cables with the F100 parking brake system, this should hopefully get you there. All right, guys, check it out, KruseBuilt.com.